My salutation at the lotus feet of Holy Trio, Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sarda and Swami Vivekananda. Revered Swami Prapandananda ji, dear Swami Isha Dhyanananda ji, dear devotees present here. It gives me immense pleasure to be with you all in this morning. And already Maharaj has introduced me to all of you. Thank you, Maharaj, for your kind words for me. This is my second trip to Sacramento. First trip was in the year 2004. At that time also I addressed the devotees. This time already I have covered 13 centers of Vedanta Society, East Coast as well as West Coast. Tomorrow I am leaving for Chicago, and from there I fly back to Delhi, India on 10th of September. Today Maharaj asked me to speak on the subject. Of course, I was thinking very seriously what to speak. Nowadays, you find that there's a lack of peace. Science and technology is advancing, and with the advent of science and technology and consumerism, our life, at least our outward life, external life, has become very strong and vibrant. Not only that, with the advent of science and technology, our lifestyle has become very easy and comfortable. There is no doubt about it. We find nowadays there is a great revolution, and that revolution is information technology. It has brought about a great change and revolution in the communication system. Within no time, we can convey any information from one corner of the world to another. So as if the whole world has become global village. Undoubtedly, this information technology has been able to reduce the geographical distance, but what about our mental distance? Whether information technology has reduced our mental tension, we are away from each other, of course, at least mentally. So it was expected also that with advancement of science and technology, our inner life will become also very happy. Our inner life will be very rich, and at least our inner life will be very peaceful. But dear friends, unfortunately, it did not happen so. Now, whole world is tormented with violence, insecurity, instability, and nowadays we find the war. Whether it's the internal war within the country or the global war also we find nowadays. So that is why we did not get the peace, actually what we wanted. And I expected that science and technology will bring peace within us. What is the cause of this mental unhappiness? Mental unhappiness, what is the cause? Mentally we are suffering, mentally we are not happy. There must be some cause. And what is the cause? It reminds me the great utterance of Buddha. All of you know the great spiritual luminary, Bhagavan Buddha. Perhaps all of you read to some extent about the Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha, when he was Prince Siddhartha, he was born, and astrologer predicted that this newborn baby, Siddhartha, may become Chakravarti Raja, that is king, or he may become the mendicant, the monk. When his father heard that his son, what is called Siddhartha, may become mendicant or monk, then he became very anxious. He became very anxious. So he decided that he should be put in such a condition, in such a way, so that no worldly misery can touch him. So he was put in the huge palace. All kind of comforts were given to him, all royal comforts. So living in so much of comfort, he got tired. One day he called his charioteer, "Bring the chariot, I would like to visit my city, the kingdom." And charioteer took him to the city at Kapilavastu, that's the name of the city, or perhaps you know. And he was going around the city of Kapilavastu. And he come across four kind of sins. Four kind of sin. For what kind of sin? First he saw a person is tottering with a stick, tottering with a stick on the roadside. Siddhartha asked that charioteer, "Why this person is tottering with a stick? What is the matter?" Then charioteer said, "Sir, this is called old age. He is unable to walk properly." Then Siddhartha, "Yes, old age, it will come upon me." "Yes, it will come to everybody, was a king or a poor or rich or literate or illiterate, everybody it will come to him." Because first time Prince Siddhartha coming across such sin. Because all the time from beginning of his birth to youth, he was in such a comfort, he was in the palace. So that is why he didn't come across this kind of sin. Then he was proceeding, and then another scene he came across, that a person was lying on the roadside and screaming. Then Siddhartha asking charioteer, "What has happened to him? Why he is screaming and crying, lying on the roadside?" Charioteer answered, "Sir, this is called old age. This person is diseased person, suffering from physical ailment. This person is called diseased person. Again further Siddhartha proceed. Then what he found? He found that four persons were carrying something. Then what they are carrying, four persons, what they are carrying in those days, the dead body is to carried by the man. What they are carrying? Well, it's a dead body. What dead body? Yes, somebody has died. And then Siddhartha asking charioteer that the death will come upon me also. Yes, it will come. It is inevitable for each and everybody. Then another scene, Siddhartha saw there a monk, a mendicant, just wearing this ochre robe, walking on the street, and in the meditative posture. Why 7 head and this kind of cloth? Well, sir, this is called mendicant. He is a monk. He has given up home and hearth and going on the street. So Siddhartha, after coming across the fourth sin, he was very much perturbed. Very much perturbed. Just he was thinking why. And he saw the four sins and he realized that everywhere I find the misery and misery and misery. Dukkham, dukkham, sarvam dukkham. He realized. From birth to death, if you see, there is a misery and misery and misery. Either physical misery or mental misery or mental suffering. All the time you will see that misery and misery. Then Siddhartha very seriously thought over it, and he thought there must be some cause of the misery, or any kind of misery. There must be some cause. So Siddhartha left home and hearth, and he became mendicant, monk, and he did deep meditation, tapasya we called it, spiritual practices, and he discovered the cause of misery. What is the cause of misery? He discovered. Cause of misery he discovered and announced that cause of all kind of misery and suffering we go through, the cause is nothing but, in Pali language in those days called tanaha, in Sanskrit it is called trishna, and English it is called desire. It is called desire, dear friends. So desire makes us, or make our life miserable. Makes our life miserable. Why miserable? It happens to everybody. We have a lot of desires to fulfill. This desire, that desire. So when our desires are not fulfilled, then we get frustrated, dejected, and then we don't feel a kind of peace. That is why all kind of suffering we get. You can think deeply. You will easily understand that because our desires are not fulfilled, many desires are innumerable. Desires not one or two. If one desire is fulfilled, another desire will come up. And the second desire is fulfilled, then third desire will come up. It will go on like this. It will go on like this. You can see your daily life. How many desires? Because nowadays I find on this road, Tesla car. And now everybody is running after the Tesla car, having desire to have Tesla car. And when Tesla car will become old, then another version of car will come on the road, then everybody will run after that new version of car. So dear friends, one after another desire comes. One after another desire comes. When desires are not fulfilled, then we get frustrated. Frustrated means we then do not get a kind of peace in our mind. Dear friends, peace is very much wanted. What is the most wanted thing in human life? Not money. Yes, it is wanted, it is needed. Money, name, fame, power, position, wealth. It is needed. Undoubtedly it is needed. But above all, what is most needed in human life is peace. Nobody wants quarrel, war, fight, this, that. Everybody wants peace. You will see on the road, no war, no quarrel, no fight. We want peace. So dear friends, whether in individual life or in the collective life, peace is very much needed nowadays. When there is no peace, a society cannot develop, country cannot develop. If there is a war, nothing can be developed. But the country has developed because of peace. When peace prevails, then country develops, country make progress. whether it's individual life or collective life or country life or national life, peace is very much needed. That is why our saints and seers, the spiritual leaders, they have done research on it. How to have mental peace. How to have mental peace. We are not feeling mentally well. What does it mean? When it occurs, when it happens, when our mind gets agitated, when our mind becomes restless, when our mind becomes turbulent. When mind becomes very restless, turbulent and excited, when? When our desires, what we want, if you do not get that, if I do not get that, then a mind becomes very turbulent. When mind becomes turbulent, then you cannot have peace in the turbulent mind. Peace you can have in calm and quiet mind. When there is turbulence in mind, restlessness is in mind, you cannot have peace in the turbulent mind or restless mind or agitated mind. Peace only you can have in calm and quiet mind. When you run after some object, run after some thing, and then mind gets agitated, how to get this, how to get this, how to get that. So that is why we say, if you want to have mental peace, don't run after all kind of desires. Yes, desires are needed. We are a human being. Desires should be there. But unnecessary, too much of hankering for this thing, that thing, it will not do. You cannot get peace in mind. Frank, you just think over it. Yes, there must be some basic amenities of life. We call in India, kapra, roti, makan. What does it mean? That means you must have basic amenities, you must have a home to live in, you must have money to purchase food or take food, you must have clothes to cover your body, you must have little good car, you must have some little money to educate your children. This much only. If you want more and more and more and more, and will not be able to fulfill your all desires. Desires are coming one after another very quick. Very quick. You can think over it, then you will. Most of the people. And in one life, because desires are innumerable. Asankhya. Innumerable desires. I like to take the quote, the story of Raja Jayati, who have read Bhagavata, very bhakti scripture, Bhagavata. It is very beautifully mentioned. There was a king, his name was Jayati. And the king used to enjoy like anything. Whole life he used to enjoy, this way, that way, many way. Then old age came. And at the end of his life, he was thinking, still there are many things to enjoy. Then what to do? Because he has become old, he cannot enjoy now. Then he had two sons. He had two sons, and he went to one of the sons and requested, dear son, I am become old, I cannot enjoy. So I want another life so that I can enjoy. Then his son granted his request, kept his request, and again Jayati became very young. And he started enjoying the life, he started enjoying so many things in the world. Slowly, he again became old, and again at the end of his life, he just realized there are many things to enjoy now. Then a revelation came, a realization came. to him or in him. What realization? The two life I have spent in enjoyment, but I could not finish enjoyment. There are many things to enjoy. So he came to the conclusion, the very good conclusion, is a lesson for all of us. What conclusion? That you cannot satisfy your desire by enjoyment. It is like he has given the example. If butter is put in the fire, fire will not extinguish. It will go on, increase, go on, increase, go on, increase. Similarly, if you want to satisfy your desire, you want to reduce your desire, not by enjoyment, but by tyaga, by giving up. By renunciation only, you can have full of enjoyment. By renunciation, you can satisfy your desire or you can subdue your desire. Dear friends, when you talk about renunciation, we think that you have to give up home and hearth, you have to go to the forest or secluded place, then you can renounce something. No, dear, it's a very, very wrong idea, I say. Absolutely wrong idea. You need not run away from house. You need not run away from the family. Remaining in the family, remaining in the society, you can practice this renunciation. That means, renunciation means you have to give up the attachment and ego. Attachment and ego. That is renunciation. This kind of renunciation has pronounced by Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda and everybody. By everybody. So dear friends, so you have to give up. You have to give up the ego and attachment. That day I was telling, attachment brings all kind of misery. Attachment comes mental unhappiness. Attachment, when we have too much attachment, then you cannot have peace of mind. Just a classical example, everybody knows, I think. Most of you have read Bhagavad Gita. Why become Arjuna, great soldier, best archer of his time? Not only that, he has seen defeat in his life. Such a strong person becomes so weak in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and he was telling that he is unable to fight. He was so nervous, so perturbed, and he wanted to run away from the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Really, everybody wonder what has happened to Arjuna, such a strong person. Dear friends, when you read Bhagavad Gita, you must read it in this way, that attachment makes Arjuna so weak. Asakti, it's called scriptural language. Asakti, attachment. Arjuna developed tremendous attachment towards his relatives, towards his cousins, Kaurava, towards his guru, Dronacharya, his grandfather, Bhishma, and other relatives. He developed tremendous attachment towards them. And because of attachment, he was just thinking seriously, how I can kill them in the battlefield, in the war. I cannot, it will incur sin. So because of the attachment, Arjuna becomes so weak. We also become so weak, become nervous. When we get perturbed, then you perspire, mouth gets dry, horripilation on the body is just physical symptom of nervousness. It's a medical term. Anyway, Arjuna had the same thing. Because of attachment. Because attachment brings a kind of weakness. And unfortunately, Arjuna had that weakness. So I was telling that you have to give up attachment. It's very difficult. You cannot give up all of a sudden the attachment. But if you want to have peace of mind, then you have to do it. There is no other way. There is no other what is called medicine or tablet or anything. Just you take and you will have peace of mind. Yes, temporarily people take. When people get agitated, when they do not have peace of mind, then they take this, that, so many things are there, you know better than me. Dear friends, that is temporary relief. We take drugs, these, that, so many things. That is temporary relief. If you want to have permanent peace of mind, then you have to make your mind calm and quiet. Calm and quiet. When mind gets agitated, mind gets turbulent, restless, then only we feel a kind of mental unwellness, mental health. And now you see, not only in America, whole world is suffering from mental unwellness. That is why drug and all sorts of things, other things are also there. So because that is why, if you want to have peace of mind, you must have limited, legitimate desire. Legitimate desire, mind this word. Legitimate desire. Yes, desire should be there. You must have good cloth, good this, that. Dear friends, Sri Ramakrishna used to say a story. You'll find. What is the story? That story is, a traveler was traveling, going somewhere, then he became very tired. So just he wanted to take rest, rather he sat below a tree. Can you tell what is the story? You know, very important story. Then anyway, he sat under a tree and was thinking, I am tired and thirsty. If somebody brings a glass of water, and that tree was not ordinary tree. That tree was a Kalpataru Vriksha, wish-fulfilling tree, it is English called. In our Indian mythology, it is said, when the demon and the god is to churn the ocean, those who have little idea about the Indian mythology, churning the ocean, then many things came out. Jewels, these, that, wealth, Vairavat, that elephant, then came out a poison also. And lastly, you know, all of you know, that Amrita also came out. By taking that Amrita, one person, anybody who takes it or get it, then he become immortal. Anyway, along with this, a tree came out. That tree is called Kalpataru Vriksha, wish-fulfilling tree. And that traveler did not know that it is a wish-fulfilling tree. Just he was sitting under the tree, and just he was thinking, it will be better if I get a glass of water. Thinking, and immediately glass of water came. And that traveler took glass of water to quench his thirst. And secondly, he was thinking, I am very hungry. If I get some food, then it would be better. Just thinking, and again, nice food came. And that traveler started eating food. And anyway, he was what's called satisfy his hunger. And he was very happy. Again, he was thinking, what he was thinking? If I get a bed, nice bed, then I can sleep on the bed because very tired. Thinking, and bed also came. And he slept on the bed. Then he was thinking, my whole body is aching, I have traveled a lot. If I get some person to do massage, then it will be better. Then some people came and started doing massage, and while massaging, that traveler slept. Then when he woke up, then he saw in the forest it was the forest. Then saw that there's a dark evening has come, darkness in the forest. He just he was started thinking, in this darkness, in this dense forest, there may be some wild animal, tiger, bear, lion. If tiger comes and take away me, then what will happen? Just thinking, the tiger came and took him. So dear friends, this is a great lesson we get from this story. The moral lesson. What is the moral of this story? Dear friends, moral of this story is, Sri Ramakrishna wanted to tell, yes, you are a human being, you must have some desire, you fulfill your desire, but all the time you will think to satisfy your innumerable desires, then your condition will be like that of what? Traveler. So it is a warning for all of us. It is a warning for all of us. So you must have judicious, legitimate, what is called desire. And Bhagavad Gita, nicely it has been told, Bhagavan Krishna is telling, read Bhagavad Gita. That day I was telling, the Bhagavad Gita is a technique of living life. How one can live life. You all want peace. So Bhagavad Gita is a technique by which you can live your life meaningfully and peacefully. In Bhagavad Gita it is said in 6th chapter, Dhyana Yoga, Yukta Ahara Viharasya, Yukta Sapna Bodhasya. What is the meaning of this? Meaning is Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna, too much of anything is very dangerous, very bad. Too much of anything. Too much eating, you'll fall sick. If you do not take proper food, less food, then also you'll become weak. If you, from morning to night, if you do work, and we are doing, and we are getting the result, morning, what is called 7 o'clock to night, and 8 o'clock, even necessary in the room also, you can do some tuk-tak, 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 tuk-tak. So if you really, and suffering, physically suffering and mentally suffering, because of excess of work. If you do excess of work, then you will fall ill, fall sick. I wonder, I was very much sad to know the young man I saw, the devotee of Seattle. Then I asked him, what you are doing? But I am not doing anything. And why? You are not doing anything, young man, you must do some job. But Swamiji is very sad. What is this? Bolo, all the time he used to do from night to evening, from morning to evening, in front of computer, I used to do lot of work because he was in IT. And slowly, this eye problem started. I cannot see anything. Sometimes I see, almost I was in the verge of losing vision. Anyhow, of the treatment of the doctor, I have little better, but doctor has asked me not to sit before the computer for a long time. Dear friends, that is why Bhagavan Krishna is telling, too much of work is also not good for health. And too much, what is called, rest also not good for health. Good for anybody. If you go on taking rest, you will become lazy, you will become good for nothing. So dear friends, that is why Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna, you must be moderate. Yukta means moderate. You must be moderate in eating, in drinking, in sleeping, in working. Judicious way you have to do everything. Legitimate way you have to do everything. If you do not do that, then you will land up in trouble. And dear friends, that is why you are landing up in trouble and we are not getting mental peace. Mental peace cannot be purchased from the market. It is not sold in the market. Otherwise, rich people would have purchased their peace. Peace should come from within. Another thing I like to tell you, the peace and happiness, the real peace and happiness you won't get from external objects, the sensual objects. You may get little peace, little happiness, little joy. That is also impermanent in nature, for time being. You want to Tesla car, now it is going on everywhere. You want to Tesla car, you got Tesla car. You purchased Tesla car. Don't think that forever you will remain satisfied. When again a new model of car come and you will go for that new model of car. So what I mean to say, from all these things you won't get permanent peace and happiness. Permanent peace and happiness. If you want permanent peace, then you have to look within, not look outside. If you look within, you will find that within there is immense joy and bliss. Ananda it is called in Sanskrit. Ananda and Ananda. Why? Why? If you look within and you'll get joy and bliss, why? Because you come to Vedanta, which Swami Vivekananda preached in the West. That is, you have to come to the Vedanta. Vedanta says that you are not only this tiny physical body made of flesh, bone and blood. You are that Atman, you are that Brahman that is all pervasive, all powerful, according to Vedanta. All powerful, all bliss. Not only powerful, not only all pervasive, not only indestructible, but the Atman, the embodied soul, you'll find the immense joy and bliss. If you think yourself, at least intellectually, that you are not physical body, behind this physical body, there is a real entity, an identity, that is called Atman. Your identity is Atman, not Swami Sarvalokananda .gmail ID. No, this is not identity. It's a relative identity. This is an apparent identity. Your identity is that you are Brahman. That is why our saints and seers, they discovered and announced, the great discovery I should say. It's a great discovery. What they discovered? Like other scientists, our saints and seers, the teachers, spiritual teachers, they are also a spiritual scientist. Don't think simply they're spiritual scientists. They did research, intense research, and they discovered and declared, Sinnanta Vishwe Amritasya Putra. Dear friends, you are not any tiny biological entity made of flesh, bone and blood. Sinnanta Vishwe Amritasya Putra. You are the children of immortal bliss. Sivoham, Sivoham, Chidananda Rupa. Dear friends, this is your real identity or entity. You are Shiva. You are Satchit Ananda. Satchit Ananda. That means that truth, knowledge and bliss. This is your real identity. If you think in this way, definitely you will not be disturbed by anything, and you will get what is called internal peace. Internal peace. That is very important nowadays. People are suffering, mentally suffering like anything. So how to do it? Bhagavan Buddha has very rightly said, he found out the cause of misery, as I said, cause of misery, and how he got it. Cause of misery is only desire and desire and desire and desire. And the people, they want to fulfill their innumerable desires, and they cannot do it. When they cannot do it, then they get frustrated. Their mental peace is disturbed. Frustration means disturbed. And this frustration and mental depression comes on everybody. Everybody comes. Somebody is a little less, somebody is more. But in our journey, it comes. Nobody can avoid it. Even old age also it comes. Don't think the old age also I have nothing. No, it just come. Old age more will become complaining. Hey, this is not there, it is not there, nobody is looking after me, everybody has run away, this, that. So many complain and complain and complain. When I was in the hospital, as Maharaj said, so there was a cancer terminate patient, cancer survival patient, very serious patient. I used to ask them, go and I used to ask them, how are you? And somebody know like this or that, this, that, all sorts of things. Some patients, they used to reply, Swamiji, I am very fine, I am satisfied. Because I know, in the old age, all sorts of trouble will be there. All sorts of physical trouble will be there. And considering it, we have accepted it gracefully and gladly, it will come. So I am totally happy. That is why Bhagavan Krishna is telling Bhagavad Gita. What he is telling? He is telling Arjuna, Titikshasya Bharata. Forbear. What? That's what is called hot and cold. And what is called pain and pleasure. The dual opposite. It will come. You cannot stop it. Anybody's life. So what will be wise on your part? You have to just forbear it. And again Bhagavan Krishna is telling, Agama Payana. Agama Payana means it will not remain permanently. It will come and go and come and go and come and go. It will come and go. In the season also you see Bhagavan Krishna is telling, in season, summer then winter. And in the life also, sometimes pleasure, sometimes pain. So what will be, what then you will have to shouting, oh, so much of hot, so much of cold, what will happen? So much of pain, so much of pleasure. So it will be wise on your part, you accept it gladly and gracefully. And that you have to also understand very clearly that these the dual opposite, it will not be remain forever. It will come and go. Pleasure, after pleasure, pain will come, and after pain, pleasure will come, like changing the season. So it is wise on your part to bear it. There is no other way also. Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna, why you are mentally agitated, why mentally you are suffering? Because that is why Bhagavan Krishna is telling about yoga. And wonderfully he has explained, Samatya Yoga Uchyate. Samatya, what mean by Samatya? I don't know whether you read Bhagavad Gita, definitely. Samatya Yoga Uchyate. Samatya Yoga Uchyate, the equanimity of mind. Samatya. Dear friends, when success comes, we get delighted, we get delighted, we feel a kind of joy when success comes. When failure comes, then we totally become perturbed, nervous, frustrated, rejected when failure comes. Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna, giving the advice. Both the situation, whether the situation is favorable or unfavorable, both the situation, you should have same state of mind. That is called equanimity of mind, evenness of mind. Yes, Success has come, all right, let it come. You accept it gladly. Similarly, when failure comes, then also you should accept it gladly, gracefully. Yes, failure has come, it is a law of nature. After success, failure comes. After failure, success comes. It is gone like this. We have to accept it. And if you accept it gracefully, then you can have calmness of mind. And when calmness of mind comes, then you feel a kind of peace. As I said before, that in an agitated mind, in a restless mind, a turbulent mind, you cannot have peace of mind. So, our duty will be to make our mind calm and quiet, and under any circumstances. But unfortunately, we cannot do that. We cannot do that. When failure comes, really become frustrated. We suffer from a mental depression. Swami Ranganathanji is a great orator. Perhaps you have heard the name. He used to tell, Santi, 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 everybody is telling. And this, what is called? Swamiji went to a big house. Somebody invited him. In the name of the house was written outside, Santi Kunj. Santi Kunj means abode of peace, it is called in English. Abode of peace. But when Swamiji entered inside, there are many people who are there, family members, joint family, shouting this thing, that thing, and complaining, all sorts of things. But outside it is written Santi Kunj, but inside no peace. Inside no peace. So inner peace is very important. As I said before, in individual life and collective life, in social life, peace is very much required. Now agitation is going on. Stop war. To let peace prevails. So, dear friends, if you run after this thing and that thing unnecessarily, you won't get peace of mind. I will just close my going to be nearly 1 hour. You see, you have perhaps heard the deer mask. And the deer mask run in the jungle here and there in search of fragrance. And you perhaps know that in navel of the deer, it is there which called kasturi. And from kasturi fragrance come. But masked deer doesn't know that what is called the fragrance is coming from its navel. It's called kasturi. And in search of this fragrance, the deer runs here and there in the whole jungle. Do not understand from where the fragrance is coming. It is ignorance, and running, that deer dies. Dear friends, similarly, we are thinking that we will get peace from external objects, sensual objects. You run here and there, they will get some little peace, but you don't get peace. Unfortunately, we do not know that peace is within. As I said, peace is within. Peace will come from within. That is why Sri Ramakrishna is to say, dive deep inside. Then you will get peace and peace, bliss and bliss, joy and joy. So dear friends, so we have to look inside. Unfortunately, for peace, we look outside. So we think that from this thing, from that thing, we'll get peace. You may get little peace. So, our duty will be how to have peace. Bhagavan, I was telling the story, rather incident of Bhagavan in the life of Bhagavan Buddha. He has prescribed 8-fold paths. eightfold right thinking, right sleeping, all sorts of things are there. You practice it. It's spiritual practice. If you practice it, then you will have peace. Running here and there, you won't get peace. You are coming here. You are going to the secluded place. You are coming to the ashrama. Why do you come to ashrama? When you will get time, may not be regularly, not possible also, you get ashrama, that you will get some secluded place. You can meditate something, and you can, after meditation, you will think that mind is little bit controlled and mind is little bit calm and quiet. And when mind is calm and quiet, there is no modification, no waves. Then only you can feel a kind of peace or mental peace you will find. So simply shouting outside peace, peace, peace you will not get. So try to look within. And as Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, as I told, said, yes, desire will be there. Desires are the cause of all trouble. It will be there. But you must have judicious desire, legitimate desire. And you have to fulfill that. Bhagavan Krishna or Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling that you should not fulfill their desire. Yes, you have to fulfill your desire. You have to earn your livelihood. You have to in this world, in your family. But too much of desire, innumerable desire. Don't run after this innumerable desires. It will not get peace of mind. Rather, you will suffer mentally and physically. Thank you very much for patience hearing. So thank you. Thank you very much. I must thank Swami Prapandananda ji. He has kindly invited me to this prestigious center, very old center. And man likes what is called what is called Ashokananda ji, and that long time he stayed in this ashrama. Shraddhananda ji, wonderful personality. So some of you are, I think, maybe few, you are initiated devotee. After that, Maharaj has taken over. Maharaj is a wonderful monk. Outside you can't understand, but we know that he is a wonderful monk. Anyway, so thank you very much for patience hearing. And whenever I speak and when I wrap up, I repeat the famous Vedic prayer, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya. Let all be happy, let all be healthy. Namaskar, Dhanyavad.